yesterday, especially with with the grand slam there early on?
Yeah, I think obviously home run and coming from Michael, and he just I think it got us energized, and I think after last night maybe it just set him back a little bit, but I just thought we were aggressive, thought we played very well, played a very, very good team, knew we had to score some runs to beat them, knew they'd be real good at the end of the game, and I thought Wetzel was real good. We put him in a tough situation there by not making a couple plays for him, and it's just anytime you win in this league on the road, you win a series, it's good.
Okay, it's 29 hits in 2 days off this staff. That's pretty impressive.
It's good. It was good. It was impressive, and our guys did a nice job. They stayed with it. They stayed with what we were trying to do, and momentum is a big thing. It's a huge thing in sports, and I just felt like we had momentum from last night, like it was said, and we just carried it into today, and we just played well. We really did.
Nice you guys going into the postseason, to kind of have a rough game, the first game, to battle back like that. How important is that to have that kind of, result going into
it's really good that we scored the runs. I think we had a rough game because Thorpe was so good, and that doesn't excuse us from not doing a good job, but he was pretty good. And, Boyd was probably not as sharp as he could be, and they did a good job with that. But, yeah, to lose the first game here and come back and win the series is big.
Yesterday you said that you enjoyed all the runs that you scored, but that came late. Did you enjoy it even more that it was early on today?
Yeah, when you score early, the one thing you're always concerned about is keeping guys focused and keep them going, keep them on the grind. It's a 9-inning game, and you're playing on the road, and that part of it was, I thought we had a couple innings there. I don't know, maybe 4, 5, 6 we didn't score, and we had a chance to score. Then we got back on it a little bit, and we did a pretty good job with Clevenger. I mean, he's as good as there is. I thought we did a pretty good job of getting some pitches we wanted, and I don't know, it was just momentum.
Given the growth of baseball here in the Northwest and where the two teams were heading into this series, what does it mean emotionally for you as a coach?
Well, I think you're really concerned about your own program at that point in time, but it's cool for the Northwest, that's for sure, and what they've done here in a short period of time is very, very impressive. I mean, everything, the stadium, the club, and it's not surprising to me. I think their athletes are extremely talented, and said last night that I thought both of us had the best two pitching staffs in the conference, and I still believe that. And UCLA's got good staff too now, but I still believe that. I think the best two staffs in the conference.
Had such an emotional high, obviously, winning the Civil War Series. Still work to be done next weekend. You'll have a 2-game lead. What do you tell your team about how to handle this week, with a Civil War game in the middle of it, but handle this week specifically heading into Washington State, needing to wrap up the conference time?
Well, we'll just do the same thing we do always, and we'll worry about Washington State after we play Oregon, I mean, that's I always feel like nothing's important except for the next game, the next pitch, and that's the way we'll handle it. We'll be ready to play, and I think it's a lot less pressure playing Tuesday, because it's out of conference than it would be in conference. So gives you a little bit more freedom with your arms and some things like that to prepare for the weekend. But we'll focus on Oregon, and then we'll worry about Washington State.
Max said that he remembered 2 years ago coming into the last weekend. It was here with the lead in the conference, and then getting swept. Do you think that the guys who are still around learned something from that experience that they can take to apply to this week?
Well, it seems that they did. I mean, I remember it very vividly. And it wasn't. I think we scored 2 runs in 3 games and got dominated, and it wasn't good and wasn't fun. And we ended up going to a super regional that year. Cost us playing at home. We had to go to Vanderbilt instead of playing at home. So, hopefully we put ourselves in a position where we're looked at as a team that should host. And but here again, I don't even think about the postseason until after last game, and we're going to focus on Oregon on Tuesday and worry about the rest of it later.
What can you say about Michael's performance the last 2 games and starting the offense off both times?
Well, as a hitter, you always get hot, and if you're going to get hot, this is the best time of year to get hot. So stayed inside the ball well, hit the ball to the right, hit the ball to the left. He hit the ball well last night. His first couple times he didn't get anything to show for it. So, Mike's Mike. He's pretty good. It's kind of like, it's kind of like Healy. You're always waiting for. If I make a mistake, where's the ball going to go? And you got to pitch those guys careful. You got to be cognizant of where they're at, when they're coming up, who's going to be on base, and Mike's that kind of threat.
No runs in the first 14 innings of the series, 21 in the last 13.
Was there a visible switch once Mike hit the solo home run yesterday?
All momentum. You know, Mike's stayed with what we're trying to do. And the other part of it is that Dylan Davis is, you know, really having a heck of a year, and hitting behind him, you know, has really helped Mike out. That, you know, you kind of pick your poison there, because Dylan Davis has got more RBIs hitting higher than Michael, and so you know, he's protecting him real well.
We were talking to Max about his catch. How big was that?
Well, you know what's funny is it looked like to me that it was a fly ball, and so I was standing at the top of the dugout. I turned around to grab my clipboard, and I heard all this screaming, and I go, "What? Did he drop it or what?" He said, "Oh no, he made a great catch." So I might have to watch it on TV, but he might have timed that one up pretty good. But the wind was pushing that way, and the ball really carried, and you know, I guess it was a heck of a catch. Thank you, guys.